Hello there. The pro-EU campaigners and press are now becoming so boring in their calls for a Brexit implementation period extension that it's so easy to just dismiss them. But don't ignore them. Their lies are dangerous. Firstly, please subscribe and like this video to give my channel a boost, and I'm always uploading new content, so please do check back daily. The first thing these pro-EU campaigning types will say is, "I'm reconciled to Brexit and that it's going to happen. But we should extend the Brexit implementation period so we can concentrate on defeating the invisible enemy." And with just 28 days to go to the final extension decision day of the 30th of June, you can expect to see a lot more of this sort of thing in the coming 2 or 3 weeks. Now, they make it sound such an easy and sensible choice, a choice that will have no other repercussions on the country at all, other than a small delay. And while they say that, they are either lying to you or they are ignorantly naive. All these pro-EU types will say, though, is that if we concentrate on dealing with the pandemic now by delaying the Brexit implementation period end date for 2 years, then that will give us plenty of time later to get round the table and come to a sensible deal. That's it. With all their words, that's all they really say, nothing more. And put like that, it sounds all so beguiling. Then pile on some talk about the people not forgiving Boris and the Tories for a double hit to the UK economy of Covid and a no-deal Brexit, and you get their idea. That's why those that wish the UK to rejoin the EU never ever go any further than that. The first thing they conveniently forget to tell people is that extending the implementation period beyond the 31st of December this year plonks the UK smack bang into a whole new 7-year EU budget cycle. That means we would have to pay into the Brussels coffers during those 2 years. It would also put us in the frame for the increased contributions Brussels is desperate for, so it can dish it out around the EU27 for post-Covid reconstruction. And as far as I can see, only proper member states qualify for that help, so we could end up being a pure contributor to those schemes. They also never tell you that we would still be on the hook to help pay for a massive EU bailout should it all go horribly wrong for them. They don't mention that the EU fishing vessels will still be scouring the UK seabed clean of fish for a further 2 years. The European Court of Justice and its further 2 years of jurisdiction over us never features in their talk about extending Brexit. They don't point out that if the EU were minded to, they could ignore us for the majority of those 2 years while they built up trade deals around the world while we would have to sit impotently on the sidelines. Nor do they discuss the point that Brussels might try to, or probably will, write rules that disadvantage the UK prior to getting round to talking Brexit deals with us. In fact, if Boris was so stupid as to sign up for another 2 years, it wouldn't take long into the extended period for the people to cotton on to the fact that we'd been had. Once they saw how much more we'd have to pay in and how little scope we had to rebuild our economy, at just that point when we need maximum flexibility to do so, they would be incandescent with rage. And when they saw the likes of Michel Barnier making ever more ludicrous demands in the knowledge that he's got 2 more years to grind us down, that's when the people would get to the position of never forgiving Boris and his Tory government ever again. 2 more years of bureaucrats telling us how to run our country. 2 more years of having to wait to get permission from Brussels to take the required action to rebuild our country after Covid. 2 more years of bureaucrats weaving a web around our defence and security services to try and get them entrenched in the EU setup. 2 more years to destabilise the UK by trying to hive off Northern Ireland. 2 more years' opportunity for Spain to try and wrest control of Gibraltar from us. 2 more years as a mere Brussels rule taker. And most likely, 2 more years waiting to end up in exactly the same position as we're in now. For a huge amount of money that the pro-EU types never ever want to talk about, let alone try and justify. The list goes on. And this is why we mustn't ignore those pro-EU calls for a Brexit extension. We must rebut their simple and misleading claims. Further, 2 more years as a Brussels colony is not the way for Boris to build his political future. No, 2 more years as a Brussels colony would seal the fate of Boris Johnson at any future election. Anyway, if you want to hear more from me, please don't forget to subscribe and also press that little bell, or you won't get any notifications. And if you want to see more of me, buy a mug with my mug on it. So what do you think about this? Please share and comment, and thank you for watching. Please do like and share this video, and also subscribe to my channel. And when subscribing, please do remember to press on the little bell next to the subscribe button. That way you'll get an alert every single time I put up a new video. And thank you very much for watching.